Let me, I want to do this video right quick. I want to help y'all understand something. I was teaching my now I call former daughter, and I say former daughter, this is going to be a long one. I say former daughter because, like white people, I want to be a black man that tells the world I disowned my daughter. You see, in the white community, when a white kid goes to college and he don't get an A, the man says, bring the car home, put the car in the driveway. The kid tries to plea with the mother, and the mother says, well, your father said, bring the car home. But mom, could you try and talk to dad? It's not like that in the black community. In the black community, respecting black men is an option. For that, I have zero tolerance for my position if it's not recognized as being the first option, number one, and the leader. Now, my mama, her theory was coming up, always teach them how to deal with you. Always teach them how to treat you, actually. Right? That was my mom's narrative. My dad's narrative was always go to bed with more money than you woke up with. All right? That's, if you want to know how I am, that is my primary programming. All right? It's why I have 6 streams of income. I'm shitting money, and I do Grubhub or DoorDash to the tune of $200 every day. And then in the evening, I do my one-on-ones and coaching services, etc. And Lydia helps me out with that. In 2009, my daughter had the #1 cell phone on the market. She had the Palm Trio. And my daughter had a cell phone that had a $130 monthly plan. A $130 a month monthly plan. My daughter worked in the office with me. My daughter had a desk, and she was in charge. At 7 years old, my daughter had a job, and she was in charge of advertising operations. When my daughter and I, when our relationship ended, she had $300 and something in her safe. I had a key to her safe. My daughter treated me on the last Father's Day we spent together. She took me to get my nails done, my hands done, the thing. She took me to the movies and took me to get something to eat. And still, when I opened her safe, she had $300 and something in her safe. My daughter was a worker like me. My narrative to my daughter was, don't ever fix your mouth to call me and ask me for money. So always make your own money. That was my daughter's, that was the narrative and how I raised my daughter. So in 2009, you could tell when you got amateur people here. In 2009, my daughter had a Palm Trio. That was the #1 phone on the market. $30 a month cell phone plan. My daughter couldn't even call me up and say, Dad, or send me a text message, Dad, don't take that almost 2-hour ride. Mommy is not bringing me to the drop-off point. I went to the drop-off point 3 weeks in a row. The unfortunate thing happened in 2009 was I was a brand new 40-year-old. And what I said to myself is I was not going to bring the problems that I had in my 30s into my 40s. I said that I am leaving my 30s in the past. So, when my daughter decided, after we had a talk, I told her, I know your mother is proud of you. You're lying to me. Please just do me a favor. Only lie to me because you fucking suck at being a liar. And one day, you're going to grow up and think you're real good at this lying shit. Lie to your boyfriend. He's going to slice your fucking ass up and put you in a box. The very 2 weeks later, summertime was rolling around. I had the summer. Well, thank you. Well, I'm going to lean into the camera because it's about to get noisy. Well, the very next week, my daughter comes with me and says, oh yeah, Daddy, to say oh yeah as if she just thought about it, knowing that she had her on the brain the second I went and got her. Oh yeah, Daddy, Mommy want me to go to camp in the summer. I said, baby girl, it's time for you to start transitioning from a little girl into a young lady. We're not going to camp no more. In addition to that, your mother don't dictate what we do on my time. She went back to her mother, and of course, Daddy said, okay, you don't want to go with him in the summer? No, Mommy, but Mommy, Daddy gonna be a good bitch, and Daddy gonna, in the summer, he gonna put in custody again? Yeah, but by the time that happened, summer be over with. Little did my daughter know, as I just told you, I wasn't bringing problems from my 30s into my 40s. So guess what? I went to the drop-off point 3 weeks in a row. They didn't show up. Hold on for a second. So, I'm going to tell you guys something. There's nothing worse than the pain of realizing your child has betrayed you. There's nothing worse than that. People, when I was driving that hour and 45-minute ride back to Pennsylvania, every car that rolled up on the side of me, I was like, oh, is that them? Thinking that they were saying, hey, here we go. We just ran a little late. The psychological crash that your brain has, I don't ever want to feel that way again. I wanted to kill myself. It hurts that bad. This is why when you hear me today, I say former daughter. This is why when I was 37, my dad told me women are just dumb. My dad told me he told me about his friend that lived in Livingston, New Jersey. And for y'all that don't know New Jersey, Livingston, New Jersey, the guy that owns Snapple lives in Livingston, New Jersey. The guy got 7 Rolls Royces, one for each day of the week. And his friend was fucking this woman who was married to a doctor that came all the way down from Livingston, New Jersey to come down to the ghetto and screw a guy. And because of that, my dad said women are just dumb. But when my dad told me that, I said, something wrong with this guy. Women aren't like that. Only to realize that when my dad said that, it helped. It planted like a beacon of something to familiarize myself with the actions of women. And then I start noticing the things that my daughter did in 2009. the things that my mom did in 2016. My mom cursed me out like a dog on the street and said, I told my mom, I'm talking about women of my generation. My mom, being the narcissist jackass that she wanted to be, raised by her mother, she said, so what? I got nieces and I'm sure they ain't like that. So you don't know for sure. But in addition to that, going in parallel to what my dad said, in 2008, when my dad died, my mom said, I don't want to be involved. Now, my second oldest brother did not change. He changed the funeral arrangements. And then myself and my oldest brother missed my dad's funeral. When I went to our mother, my mother said, I don't want to be involved. So wait a minute. When your sons are having a problem, you don't want to be involved. But you want to curse me out like a dog on the street because I offended your nieces? This is why, and this is what these actions have told me that black women are the dumb. That's why I say they are the dumbest creatures on this planet. I don't understand how one could live over there and be mad at a guy that live over here simply because she knows the guy that she knows the female that he forgot to call her, and now she's mad and she's way over there. Only black women do shit like this. My mom is mad at me for something. My experiences of what I'm talking about in the company that I created that was paying her, helping her pay her bills. I don't think there's no return. I think that when women listen to when I speak and get mad, it's because you're like that. When you see videos of black women that say things like, hold on.
It really broke my heart. And when I say disgusted, I'm just pray for my son. I'm really worried and I'm really concerned for his future. So let me tell you why I'm concerned and why I'm worried. I am raising a black son, and ideally, my husband and I, we would love for him to find him a beautiful black woman to marry and raise a family with, and continue our legacy. But my worry and my concern is the young women that he'll encounter. What will be his options? Unfortunately, a lot of black little girls are being raised and influenced by their bitter and miserable mothers. And I'm sorry to say it, but that's just what it is.
So, when that woman says she's worried about her son, that hasn't even happened yet. I went through the shit. My mom was there with me. My mom does not have a relationship with her granddaughter. And my mom still hates me for talking about my very own experiences. If you want to listen to me ever and say there's something wrong with me, blah, 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 you can go ahead and be entitled to it. But I do videos for people that been through this shit that I've been through. I don't do it for individuals that run around here and got happy harmonies in their family. This is not for y'all. And when I say that these individuals are dumb creatures, it's because I've never seen curriculum of have 3 babies by 3 different men, but then turn around and say, well, the 3 men that I had babies with was my lessons. Now I know I deserve a good man. I don't know what the fuck. You cannot find nothing on this planet dumber than that. And I'm gonna be honest with myself. So when you listen to me, I have ironclad as to the reason why I say what I say. Now, you'll never hear me call them the B word. You know why? Because I can't justify calling them the B word. But I can justify them. I can justify saying they are the dumbest creatures on this planet. You'll never hear me calling them anything other than what they are. I have terms like handout hoes. That's exactly what they are. I call them the dumbest creatures on the planet because we're all creatures. They are the dumbest ones. All right? So you can listen to me and hate this and all that. I don't care. I don't. Just know this. When you leave a comment thinking you're going to come at me and say blah, 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 I'm going to tear off into your motherfucking ass.